Okay, 15-16, good luck. We've not played before, there's no head-to-head score there. 7,000 games are rapid, that's really good. Okay, I'm going to bring the bishop up, and then we've got probably a London structure coming. We could go knight up first, so with a view to coming forward, but he has got this. So I'm just going to go pawn up and release the bishop. Okay, probably just bishop here now. Then we can take, we can drop back. Oh, that gives me tempo there. He's probably going to go here, but that's kind of a move I was likely to play in any event. So I'll drop back and see if he takes and opens the file. Okay, he might still do that. So I'll get the knight developed. Well, now that might allow me knight forward. I think it does. I think that move allows knight forward, because if he takes, I'm going to take with a pawn. If he takes the bishop, then he's given up the bishop. It does mess my structure up a little bit, but I think it's... Oh, he's stuck with the wrong one. He's stuck with the wrong one, so he loses a piece. Okay, goes across. That's actually another piece. Anyway, I can take either piece here. I'm actually going to take the knight. Okay, I'm just going to castle. Knight across and into the middle looks sensible. Oh, he's gone... let's come all the way back. I've still got to be a little bit careful in attack coming. Let's challenge that bishop. I mean, c5 is still going to be a move, so still can't take this for granted just yet. I don't want to go there inviting a move like this. I have to do something though. I'm just going to go up more. I can't really stop the pawn pushes too effectively. But now I can stop this one. I've got a bishop here. Okay, so he's played the queen there. And now I'm going to bring knight across. If he doesn't take, I don't think he should, more like a pawn up. Then I've got knight over to challenge the queen. Okay, we drop back, we hit the queen, we guard the pawn. We're going to try and maybe challenge this pawn. Okay, so c4 is the move I'm looking at. Down, takes, takes, knight takes, all looks good. Yeah, I don't see anything else. He's pushed forward, so I think I can grab a pawn there. Another one, and then maybe just come straight back again. See, I'm opening the bishop up, but it's still a pawn, it's still a pawn. b4 for c5 is an idea, but if he castles, rook can come across. He's played the bishop up first. So we're still going to pay attention, but b4 is the move I wanted to play. If he goes here... it's still a bit awkward, isn't it? Still a bit awkward. Bishop up would be a nice move, but it takes away the square from my knight, but it does put pressure on. I'm actually going to come this way, so I've got an option to push the pawn to restrict this bishop if I can. Maybe queen across and offer the queen trade. So what's he done? Bishop up. So I've got the option of bishop here. Then he's got rook across. I guess I can play the queen to where the bishop is now. And that looks good actually. So I'm going to do that and just queen up. But I'll pre-move in case he trades. I don't think he will. But I can take with a check. So now I'll play queen up and hit that pawn and try and activate my rook. And then maybe pawn up here just to restrict his bishop. He's played rook back. Right, I'm going to push the pawn now just to restrict this bishop and then try and activate my rook. Oh, he hasn't castled. That's very risky. I guess you have to take risks when you've lost a piece like that, but now queen across is a very strong threat. Okay, pawn forward, so it does allow queen across threatening checkmate. Rook up, it's checkmate on this square. I don't see any obvious good moves here for black, because it's very difficult when you've blundered early on. So there's a checkmate in one threat, so that's the immediate threat. Okay, so he's seen the mate threat, but at the very least we can win a rook. I don't see any way to actually force a checkmate. There might be one, but I don't see one. So I'm just going to check and collect the rook. Maybe collect the pawn as well. Yeah, I don't see anything better there. We can bring a rook forward. We just got to make sure we don't blunder something crazy. Keep the king safe. Queens come up, so again, rook up. I still think is a good move. We hit the bishop, we threaten to capture a pawn. So I'm going to play rook forward. My king still looks safe here. So there's a threat to win a pawn, knight across to win a pawn with a threat to the queen. So knight over is a good potential move here. There's an immediate threat to the bishop. Yeah, very difficult for black. So we can just take the bishop, but knight over might be a stronger threat. Just a development move. You can't really move the bishop without losing the queen. So I'm going to play it and just come across, threaten to take and win the queen. I expect the king will move and we can maybe take the bishop next move. Yeah, the king has moved. So if we pin, you take. I don't see any tactic, so I'm just going to collect the bishop. Okay, again, I've still got to be paying a bit of attention so I don't blunder a stalemate trick in somewhere. As long as a pawn can move or a rook can move, there can't be a stalemate. Now I can take here, you take. I don't see any obvious checkmate immediate threat, so I'm just going to drop the knight back, hit the queen. Again, I've just got to pay attention to these sort of ideas if the pieces all coordinate well. Queen across, maybe there's knight takes. Otherwise we're threatening the rook over. Might be queen's only square there actually, yeah. So I'm going to grab the pawn and maybe come back. Okay, queen's come forward, so now I'm looking at taking, but this is when we're starting to get the realms of a potential stalemate, and there is rook down now as a threat, so I could drop the queen back first. That looks sensible. I've got a check though. So if I grab a pawn, the king would only then have one legal square. So if rook down, then bishop check. I guess you can block or you can come down. It's getting a bit unnecessary though, isn't it? So I'm just going to drop the queen back and cover this infiltration square. Then maybe come over. Or maybe check. I think rook takes is my next candidate move, but depends what my opponent does. Okay, so I've got check. I guess you can just block. No need to do anything fancy here. So if I take, you're going to play rook down, I would imagine. Then I've got check or check. The king would come here, knight check. Again, I've just got to make sure I'm not blundering some sort of silly checkmate. I mean, I can obviously go here as well. Yeah, I'm just going to go here with a view to a bishop check, and I'm still covering this square. I could even sack the knight here if the pawn comes forward, I think, just with rook takes. Just gotta, like I say, pay attention. Oh, he's grabbed a pawn, okay. Now I'm just going to take here then. My rook was under attack, but my bishop is restricting my king's escape square here. Now I am threatening checkmate coming up. Bishop up blocks and queen takes is checkmate. So there is an immediate threat on the board. Okay, he's just sacked the queen now because he doesn't see a better move. That's fair enough. So now it is just about avoiding a stalemate. So I'm going to drop this rook back so the king can definitely move backwards. There is a checkmate threat here as well now. Okay. So we've got check. I guess you come forward. Check. You take. Then just check. It looks like a checkmate to me. Let me just check. I don't think you can come forward. So I think it's just check, takes, and queen across. You can't block the check, and the king's got nowhere to run. So we just check. And we checkmate, but a good effort considering he blundered early on, so well done.